Piracy is one of the oldest professions in the world. For as long as people trade by sea, there will always be pirates to try and steal what's moving by sea. And it depends upon where you are, the geography and the lawlessness or the usefulness of law in that particular area as to what the piracy business model will actually be. At the moment we've got a certain amount of piracy which is happening in the northwest Indian Ocean, otherwise off the coast of Somalia. There's a significant amount of piracy going on off the west coast of Africa in the Gulf of Guinea. There is also piracy in the South China Sea, near the Straits of Malacca, around Indonesia, and there are even some cases going on around the northern coasts of South America at the moment. It's prevalent throughout the world, and there have been over 200 incidents so far in the summer of 2013. The Security Association for the Maritime Industry is a non-for-profit organisation. It is international in so much as we have more than 170 members from 35 countries around the globe. We're independent, we're a non-governmental organisation, and so therefore we can take an independent stance and not be aligned with any one government. We are also completely impartial, so that we don't favour one company over another. And last but by no means least, we're very well integrated with industry. That's the shipping industry, the insurance industry, and the flag states that provide the authority for the ships to do what they have to do.
Travel management in regards to piracy is important because there's a growing need to deploy armed guards and security personnel on vessels all over the world. Sometimes those personnel need to travel with arms and ammunitions, and thus booking flights can be a little more complex than in a regular travel environment.
What is really important is that the travel organisation that you are dealing with understand exactly the circumstances under which you're working, and therefore they're able to anticipate some of the problems that you may come up against, especially if the private maritime security company is unfamiliar with the particular requirements of a country that they're going into which may be new. So it's a great deal of experience and understanding about the specific circumstances that companies are working under so that they can anticipate and provide a good service.
A specialist travel agent in the maritime sector is important when we're talking about security and piracy, because they understand the way various airlines work around the carriage of arms and ammunitions, and knowing how to deal with airlines and get those requirements sorted before travel is very important. It's also important to have a specialist because they understand the tight logistics around movement of crew and security personnel and the tight slots that vessels may have in and out of port and the deployment of people on and off security vessels. The partnership with SAMI means for members that they can look at actual fares that are available. ATP Instone has put a Look No Book tool onto the website, meaning that any affiliate member who has a requirement to travel or an interest to travel can look at actual fares that are available to them. And if they're a bona fide seafarer and they have the correct paperwork, then they can also look at specialist fares that are available to them. But it's also applicable for corporate travellers.